USA basketball for the longest time has been the most dominant force on the Olympic stage and just the world stage in general. As back in the 90s, they were led by Jordan, in the 2000s led by Kobe, then in the 2010s led by LeBron James. And for each of those teams, each of those eras, the standard was always gold. In the past 4 Olympics USA, they've gotten gold every single time. But they've had their hiccups here and there. Most notably last summer in the FIBA World Cup, they didn't get gold, silver, or bronze as they failed to medal, losing to Canada in the bronze medal game.
Get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
And that embarrassing loss to Canada not medaling in a tournament, that prompted guys like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant to come together and form the Redeem Team 2.0 and what some have dubbed the USA Avengers. And look, this team's resume in terms of NBA stature, it is lengthy and highly impressive. As out of their 15-man roster, 16 total championships, 8 MVPs, 9 Finals MVPs, and a whopping 84 All-Star Game appearances. You gotta admit this roster in terms of prestige, hardware, and just veteran presence, they check all those boxes. But here's the problem in my view. This team is very much geared towards the older NBA players. Most notably LeBron James, who's 39, Steph, who's 36, and Kevin Durant, who's 35. And when you watch all those guys play in a pickup game in a gym, just shooting by themselves, they look fantastic, unstoppable, like the prime versions of themselves. But here's the reality. LeBron, Curry, and KD, all of them are past their prime. Are they still great players? Of course. But for NBA standards, international standards, these guys are geezers.
Most of the guys are between 65 and 75. We have 3 guys in their 80s, and then we have a couple guys who we call rookies. They're not quite 60, but we let them play.
And beyond the aging superstar players, the biggest question mark, biggest worry, is the health and durability of USA's depth. As looking at someone like Kawhi Leonard, in this year's playoffs, he barely played due to a knee injury. Someone like Halliburton, all year long, had a bad hamstring. Joel Embiid, who somehow made this team, had a meniscus problem in the playoffs and the regular season. And then of course Anthony Davis, who this year, he was healthy, give him props, but in the past, gets banged up, gets bruised up pretty easily. I understand putting veteran players on the roster, guys like Kawhi, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Curry, I get that. But in terms of building the best team to win gold, I don't think this team is really that. What this team is in essence is a statement to the world that the old guys still got it. And one of the biggest problems I foresee for this team is leaning too heavily on the older guys and not the young superstars who dominate on both ends of the floor. As looking at some of the guys in their mid-20s who play both ends, players like Anthony Edwards, Tatum, Bam, and Booker. And for someone like Anthony Edwards specifically, if he gets the playing time that touches, could be USA's best player and their most valuable player. The only problem is, he might get kicked to the curb given a backseat in favor of the old guys and the geezers.
Future's now, old man.
And fans who don't keep up with international basketball at the Olympics that much, USA for the past decade, even when they had Kobe, Durant, LeBron, these gold medal games, these tournament games, always close and down to the wire. And now looking at the 24 Olympics, you've got legit NBA talent on virtually every team. And squads like Canada, Germany, and especially France, those are legit teams and a big-time threat to the quote-unquote Redeem Team 2.0. What I see on social media, Twitter, Instagram, is the constant belief USA just gonna put on the uniforms, LeBron, KD, Curry suit up, win by 40, it's a foregone conclusion, it's over. I'm telling you, that's not gonna happen. And looking at one of their biggest threats, if not their biggest threat, is their French national team, led by Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert. When you have a 7'4" point center running pick and rolls with a fellow 7-footer, that is something we've really never seen in the Olympics or just the NBA in general. And someone like Gobert, yes, in the NBA, gets tons of hate, tons of slack, and some of it is deserved. But this guy in the Olympics is a totally different player. Remember, the Olympics, a shorter three-point line, a smaller court, no 3-second rules. That might not seem like much, but for a player like Rudy, who kind of struggles with the NBA spacing, international play is quite literally built for them. And also one of the big benefits of international play for USA's opponents. On the perimeter can be much more physical, get underneath you, bump you, hand check, and just pest you a lot more than NBA refs allow. And looking back at Team USA, when it comes to name recognition Hall of Fame talent on the NBA level, the most overrated thing, international play. Take someone like Patty Mills for example. This guy in the NBA for the longest time, was a solid player, a C+ player, had a very solid career. But take Patty Mills in 2012, 2016, even as late as 2020. This guy's an A+ player, a sniper, outplaying guys like Curry and Chris Paul. That's how great he is in international play. And that's one of the big points of this video. International play, certain players are just built for that game and built for that stage. And one of the big time benefits for guys like Mills, for Australia, he's the 1A, the alpha, controls the offense, the tempo, and everything they do. For a lot of the USA point guards, whether it be Chris Paul, Kyrie, or Curry this year, they're taking a step back offensively, reducing their touches, and really being a role player with a very defined role. For another example of this, look at the 08 Redeem team. In that gold medal game versus Spain, just off raw NBA talent, it's overwhelmingly in USA's favor. D-Wade, LeBron, Kobe, the list goes on and on and on. And those guys at that point, they were in their prime, their apex, on both ends of the floor. Put that in perspective. Spain's roster, what was it? Essentially, Pau Gasol, a pre-prime Marc Gasol, pre-prime Rubio, was Jose Calderon and Rudy Fernandez. If you said these two teams are playing an NBA game, you'd say USA wins by 100 points going away. But in the gold medal game, late in the game, it was a nail-biter down to the wire, which Kobe had to save us in. And someone like Rudy Fernandez in this gold medal game, he scored 22 points, the second leading scorer in the game, only behind Dwayne Wade. Rudy as an NBA player barely played 4 seasons, but give him a big-time role for that Spain team, he outplays our best players on the grandest stage, which once again proves certain guys are built for the Olympics and international play, not the NBA. The point of this video is pretty simple. Should Team USA win gold? Of course they should. Are they slightly overrated to their name value? I think so. Are they going to waltz their way to the gold medal, win every game by 40 points in dominant fashion, like the Avengers? Not a chance in hell. Teams nowadays in the Olympics are too deep, too experienced, and have too much talent from the NBA. Winning this year's gold medal 100% will be a fight down to the wire. And anyone who believes that, they're not a hater of USA or rooting for USA to fail. They're looking at the reality of the team, the makeup of the team, and judging them off that accordingly, just like me. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.